morning. What is it, Wednesday? We are at the Palais Garnier or Paris Opera House. We have noon tickets and we're going to explore. This is David's first time checking it out. I've been here before and I think it's a beautiful, magnificent place. So let's go see. So wait a minute, we are here and all you care about is the souvenir stand and the coffee refreshments. Oh my gosh, that's all you care about? That's ridiculous. And so we have reached the end of our tour here at the Palais Garnier at the Opera House. We are now on the main level, and David's going to go check out the gift shop while I wander around here some more. Definitely a place to check out. It is magnificent here, and get your tickets, especially if you're going to go on a weekend, and get a timed entry because the lines can be very long. So tickets are best recommendation in terms of coming here and visiting. It's definitely worth a visit. We're at Carette right now, and the hot chocolate is very, very good. We got a great table on the side. Good morning. It is the next day, and I never wrapped up or closed up yesterday's video. So after our where did we go? We went to Palais Garnier Opera House. So after doing the Opera House, we had a few things to do, and then we ended up the day having dinner at a place called Le Coupe-Chou. Do you know what area was that? Le Coupe-Chou. Do you know what area that was? Was that Saint-Germain or either Saint-Germain or Latin Quarter? But it was over on the left bank below Notre Dame. Stop it. So we ended up going there, and the restaurant was wonderful. Le Coupe-Chou. It opened in 1968, but here's what's interesting. The restaurant's in 3 buildings. One of them is the oldest is 14th century, 17th century, and 16th century buildings that we were able to dine in. And the rooms were beautiful, so much history, and the food was amazing. So we had a great dinner with friends. What are you saying?
We had the original waitress from before.
No, we did not. David's just making commentary here as on video. So we had a wonderful dinner. And then we didn't get back to the hotel until really, really late, and then we were packing because, if you can't tell, we are at the airport today. So, so with that said, I'm going to wrap up yesterday's video with today, and then go. Well, hopefully you can hear me on this. We just took off from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and we are heading to Edinburgh. This morning has been a little rough. We had to get up at 5 something, left the hotel around 6:45. It took about half an hour to get to the airport, to Charles de Gaulle, and there was no traffic, but it was good. It was just, it seemed far. And then once you get to, a new airport, it's just always, you're not sure what to do, right? Having to tag your own bags. I haven't done that in a long time. I know, problem. Going through passport control, going through TSA. Fortunately, we didn't have to take off our shoes. All we had to do was empty out any liquids or the laptop. In the US, I don't have to do that, so I go through TSA security. So here, trying to pull out all the stuff is a little bit different, but oh, there's turbulence right now. So once we got through security, it was fine.
Waited for about less than an hour. Ooh, turbulent. And we had to board a little bus to get to the plane. It was kind of a trek. It's kind of like, why won't you put your gate closer to where the planes are? I don't know. That's just the way it was. And then boarded through a gangway, or actually steps leading up to the plane. So it's interesting flying through Europe. It's just different. And it's an adventure. You never know. And of course, right now, what I'm stressed about is when we were sitting on the plane, I had air tags in all our suitcases. One of them wasn't on the plane. I don't know where it was. It was like somewhere in the terminal. But my app says the luggages have been brought onto the plane. So who knows what's going to happen? The joys of travel. But we will see. I can spin you around. You can see what it's like outside for a little bit of our journey. Should be a little over like an hour, 25 minutes for our flight from Paris to Edinburgh. It's funny because this is the first time I've seen sunshine, I think, since we've been in Europe. It's been rainy and overcast in Paris all this time. Haven't even had a chance to wear my sunglasses. But it's going to be colder in Edinburgh, about 10 degrees cooler, so we'll see how it is. We brought a thicker coat other than the hoodies that we have on right now. So yeah, got about an hour to go. We will check in when we get closer or land in Edinburgh. The next part of our adventure is on. Let's go.
All right, we are making our approach into Edinburgh. Hopefully you can hear me here. Well, we just touched down in Edinburgh. A quick flight. Looks a little bit cooler here, which is going to be nice after the rainy, damp weather in Paris. This will be a different change of pace. And excited to be here. Welcome to Edinburgh and our next leg of our adventure.
From Edinburgh, we have made it to the hotel. We had to drop our bags off because the rooms are not ready, but we are just strolling the Royal Mile, which is in the old part of the city, or Old Town. It's a much different vibe than Paris. It's much more laid back, much more relaxed, and and we're checking out a lot of cashmere shops to see what's here. David's gonna go in there. I'll be out here for a second. So greetings from a very wind-blown Edinburgh. It's very windy, it's chilly. Changed to thicker coats. But love the vibe in the city. It's a great city to be in. This is actually our third time here in Edinburgh. Today, we are just gonna be exploring. The only thing we have planned is dinner reservations this evening. I wasn't sure what to do since we just got here today, but we're just going to stroll through, check out the old area that we've walked through in the past, and then see what we uncover. The one thing I did want to see is Mary King's Close. It's one of the passage alleyways where they have a lot of the historical reenactment or preservation of like where people used to live in the past. So if we get to do that today, then I'll show you. Otherwise, we're just going to wander around. So very going to be unplanned and just a lot of fun in terms of what we're going to be doing here in Edinburgh. It seems like every other shop is cashmere wool in terms of what's here. So here, let me give you an example. This is called New Assembly Close. It's a passageway alleyway. And there's going to be a lot of these here in Edinburgh that you'll see on each side of the street. And the one we want to go to is Mary King's Close. A lot of whiskey, of course, as you're wandering through. There's a tea place at the Scotsman Lounge that I'd heard of at one point. So we stumbled across this Edinburgh cashmere and lamb's wool shop, and there was a scarf, cashmere scarf that David liked. Beautiful colors, and it's a little longer than normal. It was 89 pounds, but I think if you're going to buy something, you might as well get something that's really nice and well worth it. And we learned that there are two types of cashmere. That's what we were told. It's all from goats, but hold on, let me spin you around. They're all from goats, but the finer cashmere is from the neck and the belly, whereas other cashmere is just from all over the goat. So that's why there's a price difference. We're seeing prices somewhere from the 55 for like the regular cashmere, and then 89 pounds for the more expensive, high quality, softer cashmere. Stopped by a little restaurant cafe, and David's having some fish and chips, and I'm having some steak mince pie. Well, I'll show you when you get it. Since we haven't had anything all day, since we just landed, and it's a cute little place on the Royal Mile, so we'll see what we have. So this is my, what is it, mince pie? It's mince meat inside with potatoes and a gravy and peas. And David got his fish and chips, which is what he's been saying since, you know, we got here to the UK. Yes, you can try. Well, we're walking further downhill on the Royal Mile. I think we're going to check out, see if we're going to pass by this fudge shop that we visited a long time ago. David's in this store checking out some cashmere stuff. Nothing? Nothing? So,
Not even a hello.
it's okay. We'll go check out this fudge store and then head back. They said the room should be ready around 3 o'clock, so we'll see. So here is the fudge house. We've been here before. We're going to check out and see what they have today. Here, the fudge house on the Royal Mile towards the bottom. So we ended up buying 1 stick of triple dark chocolate and 1 lemon meringue. I don't know why I wanted the lemon, but we're going to try that and take it back to the hotel. It's a little after 2 o'clock. We're going to head back. By the time we get there, it should be around 3, so we're going to head there now. Now on Victoria Street, famed for Harry Potter inspiration.
DoubleTree Hilton Edinburgh City Centre, something like that, on Bread Street. This is the room. It's a little after 3 o'clock. The room finally opened up. It's a nice room. King bed. Hello, closet. Safe and fridge. Storage. Alcove. Here's the bathroom. Shower. Small little space. There it is. You got a table, workbench, and the view. Oh, look at that. We can actually see Edinburgh Castle. There it is. We are overlooking Bread Street, which is the main thoroughfare here in this part. And there's Edinburgh Castle. Can't wait to see that lit up at night. But this is our quick room tour here in Edinburgh. I just wanted to jump in here before we continue dinner. We are at Purslane over in Stockbridge. It's our dinner tonight on our first night in Edinburgh. It's a Michelin star restaurant and we want to try it out. There are only 9 tables, so 1 setting per night for 9 seatings. And we are very excited to try it. We're going to be, there's a 5-course or a 7-course. We're going to be doing the 7-course tasting menu. 95 pounds is what we're going to be doing, and we'll share more in terms of what we're enjoying. So we are now partaking in the cheese plate that we're going to be sharing. Different ranges of goat cheese, sheep, milk from different parts of Europe, apple chutney, and some crackers. Back at the hotel after an amazing dinner at Purslane over at Stockbridge. I'd made this reservation a couple of months ago. Purslane is a 1-star, it's a 1 Michelin star restaurant here in Edinburgh, in the Stockbridge area. And from the hotel, it was about 25-minute walk to the restaurant. It's past Newtown, and it's downhill when you're heading in that direction. Coming up, you got a little walk uphill when you come back. Here's the funny thing. So, booked this several months ago, and I already knew that this place is very intimate. It only has several tables. I think there were like 7 tables in the entire room, and they'll basically serve, you know, 1 seating each night, and that's it. And they're only open 4 days a week. They do some lunch and then dinner and stuff like that. So I had a chance to get a table for the 2 of us, and we get there at our 7 o'clock dinner reservation, and they said, "Oh, welcome." They knew who we are right away. I'm like, "Oh, that's very cool. They knew who we are." So we sat down in a great spot right by the window. And, you know, they tell us about the food, and you have a choice of a 5-course tasting menu or a 7-course tasting menu. So we opted for the 7-course, which is about 95 pounds per person. Everything was phenomenal. Everything was phenomenal. The creativity, the flavors, the presentation, just the right amount. We loved everything. It was truly amazing in terms of the food and stuff, and the price, you can't beat that for what we got. So here's the funny part of the story. So we were probably into the second or third course, and the gentleman who was serving us, his name was Gregor. He's also the one that reaches out and asks if you have any allergies or any of that stuff like that, and we don't have any. He said that there were 7 other people who were supposed to be coming this evening, but because there was some flooding down in another part of the UK, those people got trapped. Their flights or their transportation mode got canceled, so they were not able to fly into Edinburgh today. And so we basically had the entire restaurant to ourselves, just the 2 of us. Gregor was very attentive. They made everything just for us. So it's basically, we bought out the restaurant. Joke, we didn't buy out the restaurant, but that's what it was. They were joking, saying, hey, we had a private chef. The whole restaurant was ours, and you can't beat that. The food was amazing. You had the whole place to yourselves, and everything was paced wonderfully. We had different conversations in terms of like other places to eat, places to go in Edinburgh, other recommendations from the gentleman who's hosting us and everything. It was a wonderful evening. We got there at 7. We left around 9:45 for the 7-course tasting menu. It was just perfect. And hopefully, as you see the videos that I've been dropping in here, the food is creative. It's going to be hard for me to explain everything. I remember scallop dishes that we started off with. There was a seafood dish, a white fish. There was pork cheek as well. There was guinea fowl. We had a cheese plate that was a supplemental, but we had it anyway. There was a pre-dessert with apricots, and then there was an actual dessert with apples in it as well. I'm missing something in all of this. And then they also had some pre-starters that came out at the very beginning. I'm forgetting a dish, but that's okay. I cannot say enough amazing things about Purslane here in Edinburgh or in the Stockbridge area. Definitely check it out. That was our evening. We walked back from there, probably 20 minutes. It was faster to walk back. Pretty quiet area at that time of the night, but then when we get back to the new town and old part of Edinburgh, pretty lively as well. By the time we got back, it's around 10:15 or something. It's great place to walk, very easy to, felt good. And so it's a great evening. We are done for the night. Turning in. Tomorrow we've got some adventures here in Edinburgh, new things that we've never done before since we've been here, and we will be sure to take you along. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed our first day here in Edinburgh, Scotland, and make sure to like, subscribe, and a lot more to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.